have just heard what is universally known as the Easter story. It is a story of victory. A fluttering flock of women became the runners with the message. They were simple peasant women on their way to perform their time-honored role in a graveyard. They are a feminine detail to the story, on their way to do a final act of love for a now departed friend. It is a touching tale, a beautiful account, but it is not the heart of the Easter message. The resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead is the heart of the message this day and on every day. The first thing that they expected is strangely replaced by the last thing they thought possible. A dead Jesus, which they expected, is replaced by a jubilant bit of information about a resurrection which they could not have imagined. It doesn't matter to which of the first tellers of the tale you turn, which of the gospel writers. The story is told in the same way. They use a vocabulary which is punctuated by words such as these: fear and joy, or amazed, trembling, astonishment, afraid, disbelief. How sad that 21 centuries of proclaiming that incredible tale has brought us to a state of dulled sensitivity when it comes to hearing the Easter story. That we can hear it without so much as a tremor. It began in the gray shadows of disbelief and doubt, that windowless room where any of it seemed possible. The cold and clammy hand of incredulity and distrust had blanketed these inner circle company, even in the face of the joyous announcement. They had seen too much that grim Friday afternoon. Do not be afraid, the angelic messenger urges. A blazing countenance shattered the confidence of the guards and reduced them to shuddering cowards. No less the women. Do not be afraid indeed. Had they been able, they would have fled that tomb garden with the swiftness of startled sparrows. Earthquakes, rolling tombstones, lightning like heavenly visitors, incredible messages. Do not be afraid indeed. Watch, pray, was the alternative. The message: I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen, as he said. Come see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples that he has risen from the dead. And behold, he is going before you to Galilee, where you will see him. Lo, I have told you. And that is the message. Packaged in those sentences are ever-ordinary words is the context of the church's very life, without which there is no church. Come, see the place where he lay. Whether they did or not, whether they went to see, we are not told. What we are told is that they departed quickly, past the guards, whom we are to assume were still trembling. They went with fear and great joy, running to tell his disciples. Lo and behold, en route to that joyous rendezvous, they encountered the crucified one himself, now risen. They fall to worship, holding onto his feet. In this touching scene, they are given the comfortable words, do not be afraid. Go tell my brethren to go to Galilee, and there they will see me. From these bits and pieces, pierced and woven together, we have a hint of what that first encounter was like. Amidst all the threads in this marvelous Easter tapestry, there is a scant bit of a phrase, almost nearly hidden in the messenger of that angel of the Lord. He is not here, the heavenly one said, for he has risen, as he said. As he said. If he said it, why then do you walk in fear? If he said it, why have you lost hope? This the angel might have said, could have said, perhaps should have said. Everything else Jesus told you has happened. He told you that he would be shamefully treated by sinful men, that he would be crucified, displayed for every gawking railer and scorner to taunt. Why, when he told you that, all of that, then there would be a somber death day, but a bright life third day. Why are you poking around here for a corpse to tend and wash and wrap? The angel says none of these things, and yet says all of them in those 3 words, as he said. They would have been a sturdy bunch, but never mind. The graveyard women on the way to wash a cadaver are given a new task. Now they are to run a courier service with the first dazzling news of this act of God. It turned out that the problem that the disciples had was the same as that of those women on the burial detail. They simply had not heard, had not trusted, had not lived as he said. One could, of course, make too much of this. On this feast of feasts, this day of days, this queen of festivals, one could, of course, fret about minor details. But is it not a fact that what those women did and those apostles did, that we should also do? Do we live as he said? Trust as he said? Do we live indeed our lives in the constant radiance of the resurrection promises? Do we remember? Do we celebrate his lordship in the midst of life and in the thick of crushing defeats that come our way? This great day, this radiant anniversary is for the likes of us who really tend toward being more like the apostles and those women. Those of us who really do simply forget. We don't do it intentionally or even faithlessly. We just do not remember the as he said and the as he promised and the as I am, so shall you be. And so we need to hear this story afresh, that we might live by his word and in his word as he said. Well, what did happen? Did the apostles ever come to themselves? Did they ever remember? Did they ever go up to Galilee as Jesus told them? Yes, they did. After prodding and doubting and demanding proof, they finally did go north. They did not arrive as the saints that we like to make them, but yes, they got there. The old death smell clung to them, and they were unhappy sometime, faithless at other times. They finally got their bearings. They finally realized that the issue was not simply going to Galilee, but it was a matter of taking this Lord of theirs at his word as he said. And even though they may never have been completely rid of the stench of death, they did come to know what it meant to live in what we have come to call the power of his resurrection and fellowship of his suffering. The world may well ask, what is this business all about? People do not ask that question because they disbelieve. They have simply never thought about it. Today is a day that tells what this business is all about. Today is the day which identifies what is at the heart of the Christian faith. Christ lay in the bonds of death, and now he is risen. He calls us to follow him to Galilee. That is what it is all about.